Hey guys, this is Julio X and Jordan Peters.
Hey guys.
We're doing a little podcast called The Northend. And for our first episode, we have Thomas Erak from The Fall of Troy.
Yes.
Just like Vinyl. And Thomas Erak in the Shoreline.
Mm-hmm.
And he's playing a show May 7th at the Vessel Tap House. And it's tickets are available right now. So please hit the subscribe button and we'll put the ticket link down there on below.
Yeah. And before the show, in the meantime, just tune in for our chat here with Thomas himself, which will happen in just a moment here. So stay tuned.
Well, they better be good, boys.
I think they're pretty good, actually.
Cool.
So the first question, of course, is how many projects are you currently a part of?
Oh, God. 1, 2, 3, 4, I guess, currently, like, actively recording or performing 4 right now, yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Do you mind naming them?
The Fall of Troy, Just Like Vinyl, I do my solo stuff, and then I have a little, like, secret kind of project out of Chicago I'm working with, my buddy Chris Lamb, who's in a band called From When We Was Kids.
Oh, wow.
We're working on a little EP together.
That's great.
Yeah.
That music video that I watched for your solo project. What was it called? It starts with an A. It's a long word.
Oh, Adrenochromatic.
Oh my god, I love
that song. Yeah.
I showed my entire family that song.
Dude, it's crazy because like putting that song out, we were in mid like pandemic kind of situation, and I was like, I have to do something with this music I'm doing, and so I called up my friend Wood, who did the artwork for OK and Mucketeer, and him and his brother did that video.
It was brilliant work. I loved it.
Yeah, they're out of Nashville. They're called Abo Design. Yeah, very good.
I want to go to Nashville. I've never even been there.
Oh, I lived there for 4.5 years or something before I moved back here.
You lived in a lot of places, huh?
Lots.
Where have you lived? What was your favorite part?
We were just talking about this outside. Lived is to me is somewhere that you've been for more than 6 months, I guess, or maybe even a year. You know,
So
I would agree.
Guatemala, but I would go there every other year.
Yeah, but that's a whole year. So
Yeah.
that's a whole year, so that'd be more than 6 months at a time, right?
Yeah.
So that's how I cut that up. So
Okay.
do I feel like I've lived? I feel like I've lived in Seattle, Chicago, Detroit, San Diego, Sweden. Sweden,
Oh my
Stockholm.
gosh. That's awesome.
Texas. I'm forgetting some place. I mean, LA for sure.
Right.
I'd say I've been for more than a year at a time. We'll just leave it at 7 because that's my lucky number.
That's a lot. Yeah,
that's
still plenty.
It's almost 10.
My favorite author
cool.
is from Sweden, so he wrote Let the Right One In.
Yeah, very good.
I love that.
Very good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What is that guy's name?
John Limpkus?
Limpkus.
Yeah.
That sounds right.
I've spoken to him on social media. He's actually a really nice guy.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Hell yeah.
So, did you expect FC Premix to blow up like it did?
No. Oh, well, we knew that it was like the song. We kind of wrote it for that purpose, like, you know, to have a song that we were like, let's write the song we think people would want to hear from us, like as a joke almost, like, oh, we'll write this as the single, right? Like, and it just kind of caught fire and went, and we were like, oh my god, like maybe we do know what we're doing, like a little bit, you know?
Right.
Yeah,
It's hard to know, like, when you've written a hit song, right? I think there's a part of you that feels it.
We wrote what we thought would be like our hit song if we wrote a song.
Plus everything else that went into it as far as
Which is
making,
big
the music video and
totally.
and all that. So, yeah, it really just all came together.
Yeah, it starts with the song, is what it really does. And, like, so we just kind of wrote the song that we thought we would write if we were going to write a hit record that would be on the radio or something like that, you know?
Cool.
And but still be a legitimate song that we like and fuck with, you know? Which I still think is a legitimate song that I fuck with, so.
If it's alright to say, it was kind of a theme song of my childhood.
That's interesting. I mean, it wasn't mine, probably in a different way, but.
I gotta say thank you for that.
Yeah.
My first band, my guitar player, like I was telling you outside, like
he really, really loved that song, and he would play it all the time to practice.
That's crazy to
Yeah,
hear.
yeah, dude.
Shout out to him, dude.
Yeah, for sure. Bobby Hollinsworth.
Mm-hmm.
He's got like
Bobby.
3 kids now.
Bobby got 3 whole kids. That's a whole ass family right there, dude.
Yeah. He had them young too. Like I think he was like 20.
Oh, he's still doing it, so good for him.
Yeah,
Right?
he's a good guy.
Good on him, dude.
How did it feel to have your music used during the era where Guitar Hero was huge?
It was cool because like a band like us, I don't think we ever thought that we were gonna have any. We didn't think we were gonna get radio play or like have. We just thought our music was a little too complicated for like the mainstream kind of situation, right? And like so, it was a blessing for sure in a way that it kind of caught fire like that. But you know, it was just interesting. It was better than anything that could have happened to us, I guess, because at that point, you know, being on Guitar Hero was better than having like a hit record. Basically.
Yeah.
Guitar Hero was so popular back in the day, wasn't it?
Well, and that's kind of the interesting thing about video games is that some artists like can really utilize that medium to really promote themselves, probably more than any other way.
Yeah, and it was such a long time ago too. It was kind of before social media was like even kind of a medium that was thought about, right? So like it was even kind of better because it was like this thing that was like corporate, but it was everybody I knew was playing that video game and shit, you know. And then we were on it, and it was like, oh fuck, what's going on? Like kind of situation, but it was good. It definitely took like a small, hard-working band and took us to like levels above where we ever would have gotten. I feel like if we wouldn't have been on the game.
Yeah, that's really cool. So, we're kind of curious, like, you're involved with so many different projects, and we're kind of curious about what your recording process is like.
Depends on the project. Depends on the on the band. It depends on the project because Fall Troy works in the process of like we all get in a room and write songs as a band, and it usually starts with me. It usually start with like a riff or something, or Andrew will have a drum part, and we'll write to that. We write organically as a band, right? Whereas like doing my solo music, my first solo record was like I just picked out BMPs behind a drum set and then played drums to the song that was in my head, and then kind of played until that was a full take of what sounded like a song, and then kind of did the same thing with the bass, then the guitar, and then the vocal. And by that time, you've built things in your head that are working songs, right? Like working bodies of art, I guess. And like so, it just and what Chris and I have done on like this new thing we're doing is like kind of a little bit of A, kind of a little bit of B. It's like I wrote riffs and stuff at home before I went out to Chicago, but a lot of it kind of happened right there. Like, but it was recorded in the same process, like drums first, then bass, then guitars, then vocals. But some of it I had, some of it I didn't have. Like,
right.
So
does it happen a lot where you come into the studio to record and, you know, the songs kind of change shape a little bit as you're recording them?
Always.
Yeah.
I mean, the songs take shape from day to day when you're in the studio, especially like doing guitars or vocals or anything like that, especially vocals. It's like something I'll go home after doing a vocal take for a full day and then, you know, listen to it that night, and then a couple of days later, it's like, I got this thing, and I have something for it now. I have something for it now.
Yeah.
You latch onto things that speak to you, you know, and you make things out of them, and I try to, from the bottom up, when tracking, like, try to not record anything that is not, you can't latch onto and make something.
Absolutely. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, the way I kind of look at it is that songs, especially songs you're really passionate about, like, they're always a constant work in progress.
Yeah, even songs that I recorded 11 years ago are still totally different on stage now than they are on the record. You know? Absolutely,
because you didn't sound like you knew everything.
No.
I mean,
no, you haven't explored every avenue of every little crevice of every song, or maybe you want to play it faster tonight or slower.
Actually, this next question is very, very cool. I'm actually really curious about this. What are your favorite bands? Some of your favorite bands or artists?
Like lately?
Sure, yeah.
I'm definitely a big fan of an artist out of Seattle named Henri Osborne, who's in a couple of like hip hop groups called Grey Skull and Dark Time Sunshine. he's my homie from Seattle, but I've liked his music for a very long time. We've known each other for a long time now, but he just put out a record last year called Lore that's really good. And lately I've been listening the last couple days, literally couple days. I think Pusha T put out his new record like 2 days ago, so I've been jamming that.
I'm sure to check that out.
Man.
Yeah.
Because I was a big fan of the Clips back, like when in the early 2000s. I listened to tons of hip hop. I'm a huge hip hop head because I spend so much time playing rock shows, making rock music, thinking about rock and roll, that it's like in my personal time, like going to point A to point B in the car, or listening to jams, like and shit like that. Like I grew up with hip hop every amount that I grew up with rock and roll, like playing in the rhythm section too. I grew up playing drums, so like the beat is always where it goes. And so hip hop music is like very, very influential, even upon the rock music.
Yeah, rock and roll kind of stemmed from blues, right? So
absolutely,
there you go.
Which stemmed from jazz, which I grew up a jazz fan. So.
I think that if you ask a lot of people, especially like young people, what attracts them to a song, I think most of the time they'll say it's the beat,
or the melody,
or the rhythm, or the
beat
feel.
or melody, yeah,
or the melody for sure too.
Yeah.
But I just think that's what kind of sticks with people.
Well, the new Push record is like produced by Pharrell and Kanye West, which are two dudes that know how to do melody very heavily too. So it's like that's pretty loaded gun right there.
Yeah. I think once you have that hook, that perfect hook,
or that perfect beat, you're gonna
beat.
make a perfect hook. Mm-hmm. It's all about what affects you as an artist versus like listening.
Absolutely. Cool.
It's great leading into for the next question, which I think you're gonna love. So, what bands or artists would you say are your greatest influences?
Man, that's so loaded.
I know.
That goes all the way from like the Beatles and the Stones growing up, to Zeppelin, to Hendrix, to Nirvana, big time is my favorite band of all time, into like bands that I grew up seeing live, like Pretty Girls Make Graves, the Blood Brothers, These Arms Are Snakes.
Blood Brothers, oh my gosh.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Blood
one of my
Brothers.
biggest influences when I
All
was a
those
kid.
guys.
Yeah. We used to see them like a couple times weekly growing up, because they'd be doing like the circuit of like Everett, Seattle, Tacoma. And then they do shows like the Redmond Firehouse or the Ground Zero in Bellevue or like Marysville somewhere. So we just like followed them when we were 17, 18.
I've never been to a music venue in Bellevue. Are they still there?
I don't know if the Ground Zero is still there, but that was like one of the most poppin' spots for us coming up as a band. Like, was the Ground Zero in Bellevue, which was a teen center.
Bellevue's nice. It's classy.
It is
very classy. That's where my sister likes to go.
But this was almost like before. This was before the tech boom, so it was like kind of more of an East Side, like kind of woodsy vibe going on. But I mean, the mall's right across the street too. So Bell Square is still there, but
that mall's nice. I go there all the time.
Long live the Ground Zero. They're still around. I don't know if they're still a teen center and don't have shows or what they're doing.
And that's what.
Bring back the Ground Zero, dude.
Yeah, that's what society needs. Like, there was a teen center that I used to go and volunteer at. That's actually, I got called up to go and help some bands and local bands do their stuff, and it was called K-Tub. It's in Kirkland.
Yeah, I know it very well. We've played there multiple times. That was the same kind of thing. There's a lot of that going on the East Side. The Firehouse, K-Tub, and the Ground Zero. All the same kind of situation, like an all ages, like teen center during the day, and then they have shows at night, because what else are kids going to do? They're not going to go to a bar and hang out. They're going to go to see the rock bands play.
When they took all these places down, drugs went up. Drug usage.
Yeah.
I've noticed
heavily.
That. It's Snohomish, too.
Heavily. Because what else are the kids going to do when they don't have anything to do and not go see the rock band? They're going to find something else to do.
Well, they're going to do what's around,
yeah,
right?
Exactly.
And
what's around, always.
Yeah, exactly.
Sadly.
And sadly, too.
And so, this is another question going back to music and what... do you have a preferred genre, listening preference?
Hip-hop.
Hip-hop, right.
Yeah.
Which was, you already answered.
As a listener, hip-hop.
Hip-hop, yeah.
But look at me. I'm rock and roll till I die. Dude. Like, I'm going to go to a show, I like to go to rock shows.
that makes
I like hard rock bands too.
I prefer local shows versus like the guy playing a pizza place and the band's playing on the floor and you're like moshing with the band. Like that's like my
Yeah, that's
I love
fun.
that.
That's cool too. But I mean, I went and saw Deftones the day before I left, and that was pretty fucking amazing too.
Didn't you?
Deftones and Gojira.
Oh
Didn't you play
yeah.
with them?
Yeah.
Didn't you do a cover too?
Yeah,
I saw that video like
Did
yesterday.
a Weezer cover. Yeah, I'm still good friends with those dudes, so it was good to
Some guy
go down and
said
see them play.
some guy said that you played a wrong note. And I'm like, what is he talking about?
Oh, I'm sure I did. I play a lot of wrong notes. It's about how you play the wrong notes, dude.
Mm-hmm.
But then it
And
says,
then make them right notes.
Exactly.
but he whammied himself out of it, is what he said. I'm like, man, he sounds great.
I probably
That
just
was-
pulled a Roger Waters and like bent into key. Still, right note. So the wrong note becomes a right note. Figure it out,
No, it's
Don't make it look like a
Cover
wrong
the
note.
tracks, dude.
Mhm. Just don't make it seem like it's a wrong note.
No,
You
if,
can
it's not,
usually-
if it isn't a wrong note, it's the right note.
yeah.
Who are you to tell me it's a wrong note? That's how we got
I'm gonna be the first to
here
say
right
this,
now.
but
Mm-hmm.
You're a great guitar player, sir. Great guitar player.
Well, thank you.
But
try.
here's what I have for the last question, which is kind of the purpose of this video or this interview is what are you most excited about for the May 7th show you got?
I mean, I'm just excited to like be playing like down the street from where I went to elementary school and like being around a bunch of people that I grew up with and like playing a local show, and a show like this is not like something I do like on the reg, so it's it'll be interesting to see like how many people actually get off their asses and come out and support local music, because that's what this is all about, is supporting local artists that are trying to work hard after all the shit we've been through the last couple of years.
A lot of people are coming out to shows more often because COVID is.
Well, we'll find out.
Yeah, I've been noticing people have been very hungry
Yeah.
for shows,
Yeah,
especially
I can tell you
local
that
ones.
from being around the country post-pandemic. Seems like people are pretty excited to come to shows. So if you want to see a fucking dope local lineup, this is the show for you to come see for sure.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. There's no reason not to.
No.
And yeah, we're all super pumped for it.
I know when I asked the bands like if they wanted to play with you, they're like instant yes.
Yeah.
They were just like yes, hell yes.
Wow.
And some of the folks that I've talked to that actually work at the venue were like, I've been fighting for this to happen for forever, and I'm like, man, I'm so glad to bring that because I've been picturing booking you for a long time.
Well, we'll give it a go one time, and if you do not succeed, try again. Try again. Try and try again. Isn't that what isn't that the club? Some shit like that.
Yeah, we know what you're saying.
Try it. Try and try again. Yeah.
Well, man, thank you so much for spending the time and coming over here and doing this. So I really appreciate it.
Of course.
And
Get those fucking tickets
Yes.
for that May 7th show at the Vessel Tap House.
Yes. Yes.
Fuck off.
Ross, what are you watching this for?
Yeah, exactly. What else are you doing on May 7th? I'm gonna be there.
Fuck yeah.
We're all gonna be there, so.
Exactly.
Cool. Thank you so much, man.
All right, yeah. Thanks
Yeah.
again, Thomas.
For sure.
Um,
Thank you guys very much.
Yeah.
This is a very successful first episode, I would say.
Yeah.
Any more to come?
Thanks for
Thank
watching.
you for watching. Yep.
We'll see y'all.
Subscribe, right?
Subscribe.
Yeah. Subscribe, hit the bell, whatever.
That's
Wherever
what
we
they say.
wherever we
That's what
post
they
this.
say.
Hit the like button.
That's
Wherever
what
we
they say.
post-
Hit the like button.
Yeah, wherever we post this thing, you know what to do. So,
And tell your friends,
yeah, tell your friends, tell your family.
because they listen.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks so much.